Oh hi, thanks for watching my video. So, most of my videos revolve around The Sims 4, whether it be a playthrough or some sort of history lesson. This is an educational channel after all. But every now and then I like to take a step back in time and talk about retro Sims related things. So today we are talking about the unofficial expansion pack released for The Sims 1 on PC. Of course I am referring to That's Life. In 2001, That's Life was released by a company called X Media and was sold by many big retailers. The game was marketed as the ultimate tool for The Sims, and whilst I couldn't find the exact selling price at the time, I believe it was priced at approximately £20. It was basically just a disc for your PC that had an app that would, when opened, provide a long list of content that you could individually add to your Sims game. It included hundreds of items that were not included in the game, so naturally was fairly appealing to Simmers, especially ones that wanted more choice when it came to clothing and build objects. Here's the thing though, none of it was created by X Media. The content featured on the disc you pay for is actually all custom content made by players who were in no way affiliated with the company and were not even asked permission to use their created content. It would literally be like going onto the Sims Resource website, downloading hundreds of pieces of custom content from there, and then independently selling the work of other people. Not only did the custom content creators have to deal with their work being stolen and used to put money in the pockets of this company, but paying customers were being scammed too. Most, if not all, of the content featured on this disc were already available for free on several custom content websites, so people were just paying for nothing really. I will at least acknowledge that somewhat of a half-assed effort was made to highlight the creators of the content by having their usernames featured on the pieces to show who created them, but in reality, it still doesn't justify stealing and selling stolen content. In response to the tasteless release, the Simming community expressed outrage on multiple forums and even started a petition to have the game taken off store shelves. The Sims was a game that encouraged players to make custom creations for the game. It was a huge part of what made The Sims what it was. They even provided software for Simmers to use to create items. Creating custom content is a labour of love. I myself have dabbled in making custom content for The Sims 4, and I can see how it could take hours to make just one item. Considering that this pack had hundreds of items, I think the Simming community were fully justified in their anger. Despite the petition receiving a good amount of support, it didn't amount to anything and the game continued to be sold. I use the term game very loosely. So, what did X Media do after receiving the backlash? Well, they did it again. That's Life 2 was released the following year in 2002, making it the second expansion with stolen content just for The Sims 1. This time around there was a little more to it, so instead of just having a basic organising app, there was now a shopping mall type of thing where you could walk around in first person and pick up content. Stolen content, of course, as if you were actually buying it in the store. You could use your Sims simoleons to buy items in the store, and it had a couple of gambling-based games that you could piss your money up the wall on as well. So in comparison to the first That's Life, I mean, there was more to it, but it was still the same old shitty disc as the first game, only with more custom content and a slightly more interactive experience. Thankfully, this was the last add-on for The Sims that X Media released, but what happened to them after this? Funnily enough, there isn't much information available for X Media publications. They seem to have gone out of business following the release of That's Life 2, but it wasn't just The Sims they had unaffiliated add-on packs for. Before That's Life came along, they had already released multiple similar packs for other games, including an add-on for Star Wars Jedi Knight, Age of Empires 2, and even a pack called Simclusive, which was an add-on for the older SimCity games. As far as I could see, they hadn't released anything since 2002, so I assume that that's when they shut the doors. The Sims 2 came out in 2004, so I figure if they were still operating then, we would have likely seen some kind of similar thing for that game. And that's about everything I know about the unofficial add-on packs That's Life and That's Life 2. Did you buy these games at the time? I'd love to know in the comments. I didn't actually own this pack as I was strictly console until The Sims 2, but I do remember seeing it in the supermarket and looking out for the console version, which of course didn't exist. I am genuinely still surprised that packs like this were even allowed to be sold, but it seems like a fairly common thing in the mid to late 90s. Thankfully, The Sims packs like these died a death after The Sims 1. Could you imagine if something like this was released today? I'm just glad that after all this, Simmers still continue to make custom content and share it with the rest of us. And that's it from me. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, you know I love it when you do that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.